Hi, welcome to the next in the Equipment Coach video series. I've just snuck onto the 10th tee here at Horn Park. I'm just watching players walk down the first, and everyone seems to be having a nice time. But I've just come off the range and I've just spent a little bit of time on my own game actually, which is a bit of a rare occurrence at the moment, but I put myself through the TrackMan combined test, and it's a test that will grade you on certain distances it asks you to hit. So actually it's a 60 shot test. It asks you to hit it, well, basically 3 shots at 60 yards and 70, 80 and so forth until you get to your driver, and then it will rerun the test again to ultimately get 60 shots in the test, and it will grade you on how accurate you are left and right. It will also grade you on how accurate you are with regards to distance, so long and short. So it's a great way of identifying areas of your game which need work, whether it be swing or whether you need to find equipment that actually helps you hit that distance accurately time after time. And it's great. We've got some great coaches here, obviously, at Horn Park and Horsham. So if you'd like to run through the combined test, then give us a call. We can put you through it. It's a great place to start for your coaches to use that information. It's an assessment-based exercise which allows you to see where you need to work on. And I'm going to run you through my report now, so that's just about to come up. If you'd like to know a little bit more, then just why don't you click on the end of this video, click on the link below and follow our free Facebook group where all the information goes, and you're going to get lots of information and videos going forward from all the coaches as well. So it'll be a really good place to be to get valuable information. Alright, so I hope that helps, and I'll speak to you soon. Okay, so here's the result of the combine test which I ran on TrackMan, which I can do for you guys to assess your game and your strengths. And it's a great report. You can see in the centre of the screen is my overall score at 73.4, and you can see how that's broken down. So if you let your eyes go to the top left of the screen, you'll see the blue button, and next to that the red button and the purple button and the gold button. Each of these buttons, next to each of these buttons, is a target distance, of which I would have hit 6 shots in total, and it would give me a score based on how accurate I am with regards to the distance I've hit, you know, whether it's short or long of 60 yards in the case of the blue button on the top left, and also how far left or right it is of your intended target. So it scores you, and you can see as you go from, or my score there, 58.8 isn't particularly good, but as you go to the 70 yards, it's much better. So a little bit more comfortable at a slightly fuller distance there. And similar sort of number when you get to the 80-yard target. 90 yards, similar again, and then to the top right purplish button there, you've got 100 yards, which is more of a full swing with my gap wedge, and I'm closer to 80. So probably a little bit more comfortable at the full swing distance at this moment in time. Need to practice my shorter shots, and that will definitely help my game. And if you go down to the brown button underneath the blue button on the left, 120 yards, closer to that 80 score, and then same thing with 140 yards, and then my best score was 160 yards at nearly 87, and then 180 I was 76, so dropping back down towards that 140 yard similarity in terms of score. And then my driving was woeful in this particular test, so I kind of like just disregarded that because I wanted to. So obviously some work to be done there. But, you know, it highlights areas that I can see I need to work on, and it makes me think about the clubs that I'm using to hit those distances, and are they appropriate? Could they be better in any way? And that's what it does. So, and then you can see this is just a summary page. You can scroll up the page, and you'll see with regards to the bar graph there, what is your best and what is your best distances and what are your weakest distances. And what you can do as well, I mean, this is a standardized test, but we can actually, as time goes on and we understand where your strengths and weaknesses are, we can actually build a test specific to your distances and your game, which is incredibly useful. As you come down, you can see then there's all the detail with regards to all those shots. I can see the individual shots in each one of these particular target distances, and you can see where you went wrong or right. There's the target of 70 yards, 80 yards, 90 yards, and so forth. So you can look into a lot of detail. And that's just the summary page. You can also look at it in dispersion format, so you can get an idea of left and right with each of the clubs. And you can also look at it in trajectory. So you can start to see the flight patterns. It all looks fairly uniform. There's obviously a real dodgy drive there down the bottom there in the green. And then you can also look at club data. So depending on which club, I'll just scroll up here and pick one of these. Let's go to this one. Let's go to 100 yard swing there. There we go. Oh, I got scored 100 there. Let's use that one. There we go. And you can see on the left-hand side, you've got your delivery of club in terms of attack angle and how that actually resulted in terms of spin rate, dynamic loft, and spin loft. So you can actually, analyze your club delivery with regards to each individual shot in the tests. And ones that you hit well, what do they do compared to ones that you hit more poorly? So if I went for that was a good swing, let's say, or a good result anyway. You can see on the club path here on the right hand side, it didn't actually give me the club information, but it did tell me the where the club face was pointing. I pointed a little bit to the right hand side. That's the red line there. But if you go down to a different shot, let's go to one that was a lower score. Let's choose this one. Let's use this 55 here. That was a poor shot, 100 yards, and then we can see the differences there in terms of the dynamic lofts, and on the right hand side the club path delivery, and on that one particularly it was a poor strike and the face was pointing off to the right hand side. So yeah, it's an incredibly detailed assessment, lots of good information there, something that could really give you a starting point to see where your strengths and weaknesses are in your game, and also an incredibly useful report for your coaches to have as well. So if you'd like to do that, then give me a shout. And don't forget, if you'd like to get access to all of our videos and information and be part of a group that's focused on equipment and how it can help you in your game, along with the coaches who will also share a lot of information, then please join our free Facebook group, the Equipment Coach Collective, and you'll find the link below the box and below the video in the description box. So look forward to seeing you there. Cheers now. Speak to you soon.